The chemical group Orica is again at the centre of a toxic chemical scare. Residents around Port Botany, south of Sydney, fear that mercury may have leached into soil beneath their homes. They're demanding Orica broaden its testing and clean-up operations.
Orica's Port Botany plant produced chlorine for around 40 years before being mothballed a decade ago. The plant used mercury cell technology, and there are fears the heavy metal could have spread beyond the factory fence.
We've got young children. All my kids are born here, 3 kids, and you don't know what's in their bloodstream.
And they said they are safe, they are not safe.
It's bad enough what's on site here. Well, what's off site is pretty bad as well.
A 2003 report for the Sydney Ports Corporation found mercury levels in the nearby Penrhyn estuary were significantly above safe levels. Locals and the Greens are demanding Orica now test the residential area surrounding the site.
If Orica are so sure that their practices are safe and there is no toxic legacy just over the road, then why don't they test?
The state government's environmental watchdog says it's confident mercury contamination is limited to the Orica site.
We are not aware of any broader environmental or human health impacts from any contamination from this site.
It's not the first time Orica's environmental record has been called into question. The company's facing 4 charges for a massive emission of carcinogenic vapour from its Kooragang Island plant in August 2011. It's also facing a charge for a mercury vapour emission from the Port Botany site just 4 months later. Orica says it's willing to consider further testing, but also says it wasn't responsible for all of the mercury that could be detected outside the site.
We may not be the source of all of that substance. It's a large industrial area. There's been a lot of users of that area over a long period of time.
Not the kind of response residents are looking for.
Reporter Jessica Kidd is in Botany and she joins us now via broadband. Jessica, it seems very little is known as to how much mercury was used or how much was released at this site.
That's right, Jeremy. The Environmental Protection Authority says it's confident there are sufficient controls now to prevent any contamination to the surrounding area. But some experts say that in the plant's heyday, in the 40s, 50s and 60s, up to 7 kilograms of mercury was released every hour, and it's that historical contamination that has residents concerned. Joining me now is local resident Chantel Snell. Chantel, what are your concerns for the health of your family?
My concerns are that mercury has existed on this plant for a long time and that mercury could have left this plant and entered our parks, our beaches, our schools, our homes. We know that mercury bioaccumulates and can cause long-term health effects. We also know that the World Health Organisation state that there are no safe levels of mercury, and hence why we want testing to confirm that this is not a risk to our children.
Jeremy, locals here tell me that today's statements by Orica don't offer them any reassurance. They are really concerned about those levels of historic contamination, and they say that an independent test is the only way to put their minds at ease.
All right, Jessica Kidd reporting from Port Botany.